Hey there, everybody. I am here with a reading for your weekend ahead. I do just ask forgiveness for the sporadic messages, like I've said. I'm very happy to announce that I recently became an aunt, and that's one of the things that has kept me a bit distracted, I suppose, for lack of a better expression. But here we are with the reading for the weekend ahead. So I hope that you all have a good one. And I've delved into the Akashic records today to give us some guidance. Okay, it's actually very interesting because this shows an end of something. Okay, and it's about wanting to build a foundation for something, feeling a little bit frustrated or thwarted in our attempts to do so, and then having this message come through that certain things are literally up in the air and still need to be resolved or finished off. And you'll see that this is the number 18, which is actually number 9. Okay, and this shows that something is kind of getting to the last stages or the pinnacle of something before it moves to the number 10, which is next to that. But we're going to look at it a bit more in depth because that's not the only meaning here. Okay, sorry, I seem to have the shakes for some reason. Okay, so when we see the Muse card, and I do not usually read in the reverse position, I usually just know if it should be the reverse position, but with this particular deck of cards, I read the reverse position. And here we have the Muse in reverse. Okay, so this can show a bit of a frustration around getting certain things done. It could be certain chores and basic menial tasks, or it could be something a bit bigger. Okay, so it could be, something of like a business that you want to get off the ground, or it could be something really small and you just feel frustrated and like there's external conditions or certain things that are just not allowing this to come to fruition. Okay, so this is showing this blockage of the muse. Obviously, the muse represents inspiration, and it tells us to tap into all of this inspiration. But it's like you're seeking that, or you're trying to use your creativity in some way, or look for this inspiration, and it makes you want to take action, and maybe you even do take action, but things are just not working out because of some kind of obstacles or outside influences. Okay, this is saying go with the flow. Don't let this freak you out. Don't let it overwhelm you. Know that very soon you're going to be able to move forward. You're going to be able to take action. But for now, just be receptive and say, okay, I make peace with where I am and how this is, because this is how it should be. All right. Up in the air just elaborates on this and says there's something that you do not know or that has not occurred yet that's literally up in the air. You can't see it. Maybe, it could be a decision that somebody needs to make that's going to determine the outcome of something, or it could be something that hasn't happened yet, a specific occurrence, or maybe you are not seeing the whole picture and there is actually a different way or a better option for something and it still needs to be presented. So make peace with that and make peace with why you feel frustrated. You may not know the reasons, but know that it will be revealed to you. Okay? The light of the world says that right now you need to tap into your inner self. You need to tap into this because this is what's going to keep you sane under the circumstances. So when we see this card, we see this older man. He's like a sage. Let me get a bit closer for you. And he is knocking on the door of this younger man's little home. And this younger man is very, very busy inside with his cat. He's busy doing other things. He's preoccupied. And he's not hearing the old man knock on the door. All right, but the old man, he represents your higher self. He represents your spirit self. And we have this mundane self or the physical 3D self inside the house that won't answer the call. So this is saying, please, your subconscious or your higher self is knocking on the door and it's saying, please let me in. Let me help you to maintain the balance and not just be so sucked into all of these other things that you need to do or feel overwhelmed by the external things that are happening. Okay, if we do tap into our higher selves, if we find that balance, that spiritual balance, that emotional and mental balance, if we allow him in and we have this balance of both worlds, that is when we really do find the patience with things like this that are up in the air, or where we feel uninspired or we are inspired and we're not managing to get things done. All right, have a little bit of patience. Know that this is coming to a close. You've got the 9 and the 10, and just try to connect with yourself, who always can tell you things will be just exactly as they're meant to be. Okay, you're not going to run out of time. All those reassuring thoughts that you actually do know. Your higher self knows that, your eternal self knows that. and tap into that for now while things are a bit up in the air, and be expectant for positive things, because when things are up in the air like this, they can often end up a lot more positively and better than what we expected. So open yourself up to that. Don't be in fear of it or frustrated or irritated. Say to yourself, well, okay, if this is up in the air, it would be exciting to see what's actually going to happen, because this does feel like it's something good. But you need to connect with your higher self. You need to not get yourself so immersed in whatever this is that's going on. And that is what's going to give you the peace and the stillness and the balance to deal with what you're dealing with right now. Okay, so have a peaceful and restful weekend. I wish you all a lot of love, and I'll chat you again soon. Take care.